Wildcat Special, fast train. Going to leave here, Alabama. Don't stop, Mississippi. Possum Point, Georgia. Miami.
Who's Amy?
Miami.
You mean your Amy?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo Hookers?
Bo Hunkers.
Bo Hunkers?
Oh, I beg your pardon. Hoboken.
Hoboken. Oh, well, Mr. Conductor, I want to go to Hot Town.
Hot Town?
Yes, sir.
That's the last stop.
Last-
All aboard.
All right, sir.
Greetings and salutations, everybody. How you doing? I'm exhausted. I've only been through 1 day of a 2-day OshiUplink conference. Hey, translation chan. Say OshiUplink.
Tethercat said 1-2.
No, that's not right. Hey, translation chan. Say OshiUplink.
Tethercat said 3-4.
Well, you're not getting a free pass here. Anyway. Yeah, I went down to OshiUplink in Toronto, the VTuber convention today. I feel like I should put that as a tag. Oshi. Add tag. This tag contains invalid characters. Okay. OshiUplink. En. Done. Cool. Put Oshi. Wait, OshiLink En. That's not right. OshiUplink. OshiLink and OshiLink En. Now let's put OshiLink. I don't even know what OshiLink is, but yeah. So anyway, yeah, figured I'd just hop on, say hi. No reason. Literally no reason. 100%. Poor guy hopped out. Minutes. gone. And drive home. It's every moment. See you tomorrow. This is me just, like I said, this is a Zatsudan, so this is just housekeeping at this point. Oh, what can I show you guys? I can show you some stuff. Can I just download this? Yeah. I went to one of the panels today at OshiCon. Let me tell you, I went down there and I met up with a fellow VTuber who I was really anticipating meeting up with. And I got down there and, you know, you're like, yay, you're you. Oh, well, you're you. That was awesome. And then we basically hung around and did merch stuff and then went our separate ways and had a bite to eat and stuff. And we reconvened in the afternoon because there was a panel. My VTuber friend and I went to Talking Mom Sense. It was a VTuber panel, and it featured these three fantastic individuals. One of whom is Mom at Cookie Box, Bree Mom. So anyway, it was such a fun panel. It was so great. I'm actually going to hop onto Twitch and YouTube right now and subscribe to those two because they were great. What I gotta do, I gotta go and... I'm all over the map, everybody. I'm exhausted. It was a... Okay, let me tell you about the drive down. I drove down. That's not me telling you about the drive down. That was just, you know, the prelude. And as soon as I got there, oh shit. As soon as I hopped in my car, which was around 8 a.m., it was about a 2-hour drive down, roughly. And it was, you know, it was cold. It was chilly. It was cold. Whatever. You know, it had precipitated overnight, but whatever, that's fine. And on the ride down, a couple more drops of precipitation hit the windshield of my car. And you know what? That's fine. That's fine. And then, this was awesome. To me, anyway. No sooner did me, start driving down. I mean, like every other car on the road. No sooner did we start driving down. Snow happened. Now it's May. It's the start of May. It's like May 1st. We got snow. And I'm thinking of all of the incredibly talented but non-Canadian visitors to the Great White North, learning what the Great White North really is. Actually experiencing snow if they've never experienced snow before. And I was just laughing so hard. It was just so funny. Here we go. Who are these people? So, on screen, those three individuals are, from left to right, left is Mom at Cookie Box, center is Mom VT, and to the right is Peanut Penguin. And I absolutely love those other two. They were so funny. So I'm going to subscribe to both of them right now. See if Mom VT is on... Yep, she's on Twitch. I'm going to give that a follow right there. And I'm going to head over to Peanut Penguin, which is an amazing name. There we go. I'll give a subscribe to that. And I'm going to go see if these two individuals are over on YouTube as well. Once again, just some fantastic stuff. There was a whole community. I went down and I saw my friend, and we wandered around the merch aisles, and then we went over to this panel that you see before us, We watched that panel. It was a great one about what it means to be a mother while being a VTuber. It was really fantastic. And then, there was audience questions, and the audience questions they weren't your standard fan base audience questions. I think mine, I went up, I asked a question, but it was the most tame question. Other people had valid concerns about parenting and VTubing, but mostly just parenting. It was mostly just a parenting panel, and I loved it. I think I was the only one who mentioned, hey, you're a VTuber.
June
What
Kumarai
does...
said Pop Nemo, Pop Nemo, Pop Nemo.
I'm sad, June, because you didn't do like 17 Pop Nemos in a row and set chat rat off. How you doing? I hope all is well. So, yeah, the whole panel was mostly just just parenting advice, and it was amazing. Like a question that came in was, what do you do if your child is feeling X? Oh, well, in that case, what you might want to do is, and then the response. Or how do you manage a partner who is experiencing motherhood while supporting her in her VTubing journey? And these are just some amazing questions that I think you all know I don't have any kids. And it was just an amazing experience to just be a general part of that whole everything. It was really nice. Okay, let's look up Mom VT and see if Mom VT is one of the
June
streamers.
Kumarai said, "Aw, that's so sweet."
Oh,
Yay,
it's really
parenting advice, beaming face with smiling eyes.
Absolutely. Okay, Mom VT is on YouTube. Here's a link. Here's a link to... I'm gonna mute chat rat for a moment.
Tethercat said 8.
Yeah. There you go. Hopefully Twitch got that. Yeah, okay. And as well, I would be remiss if I did not add in the copy clean link. Here's another one for the Twitch for Mom VT. Again, an amazing streamer. Amazing. And now I'm going to find Pina Penguin over on YouTube. Pina Penguin over on YouTube. CH. Yeah, there we go. And here's the YouTube link for Pina Penguin. Copy, clean link. And here's the Twitch for Pina Penguin. And finally, Mom at Cookie, there we go, Mom at Cookie Box over there. And Cookie Box over on Twitch. So here's YouTube for Mom at Cookie Box. And finally, copy clean link. Here's Bree Mama over on Twitch. Those three were in the panel. And man, it was just so amazing. Like everything about it was just so fantastic. Parenting advice. And it was just, it was fantastic. Anyway, I had a blast. I had a great time. What else? What else was there? So yeah, anyway, I've just subscribed to 2 of the 3 that I had not subscribed to. Mom at Cookie Box, Bree Mama, I was there. I met up with a VTuber who I admire and I knew was arriving at the event, and I actually passed along... Chat Rat, are you done yet? No, Chat Rat's still spouting off. I actually passed along a Canadian gift. I gifted a stuffed animal, which was a beaver. I said, "Welcome to Canada." And this VTuber who I met up with was extraordinarily happy and incredibly recipient to that. I met up with a whole bunch of fans. Oh, I gotta tell you this one incident. So, I'm standing there in line. I'm standing there in line to go to this, right? I'm standing there in line to go to this panel.
June Kumarai said I gotta head out to get the hubs, but I wanted to say hi. I hope you had the best time ever.
Oh, I'm having a great time, and thanks for asking. And keep an eye on the VOD when you return, because I'm going to keep rambling on about this, so you can catch it when you get back. Anyway, safe travels. And I was in the lineup for that panel, and I'm standing there, and I guess I should show you what I look like. Can I do this? How can I do this? I'm going to send this to myself. No, wait, I have this over on Discord, and then I'm going to... I have this over on Discord. I'm going to download it. Download this. Yes, please. I didn't take a lot of photos. I only took a few photos. And they weren't good photos. And then I had other people take photos. Okay, here we go. That's it. That's the end of the photos. So I guess I should show you far. This is me at the convention. And there was a lot going on. And if you take a look, you can actually see that I had a tail. This is kind of funny. My tail had a rope attached to it. I tied a rope to my tail. Anyways, so there's that one. Here's the long shot. Boop. This is a photo that's about 25% arm, but it shows you what the inside of the convention was. There's a lot going on. It was crazy. It was fun. It was crazy. And then here's just a normal photo. I asked someone, hey, can you take my photo? And they were like, yeah, totally. And I said, thank you very much. So that's what I looked like when I was at the convention there. And, it was great. So, someone... Let me just zoom in here. Someone spotted this. And from across a room, like, great eyesight, fantastic eyesight. Someone spotted this from across the room and yelled out, Tethercat! Tethercat! And had to say Tethercat a few times. Had to say it a few times. Because I wasn't registering. It wasn't clicking in. But they saw me and they said, Tethercat! And then I snapped my head up and someone was waving at me and I did not know who this was. But someone knew me. And I was amazed. And this is the fan culture. Sorry, I gotta take some Buckleys here. My throat's going. I talked too much today and I was laughing too much. So, anyway, they saw that they saw this, and they saw me looking like how I look, which is just, you know, unfortunate, but that's funny. And they said, and I asked them, how'd you know it was me? You know, like I'm wearing blue ears. I got a tail with a rope around it. And then there were other people who just saw their Oshis, and they started going crazy, and they were like, this is amazing. I'm getting to meet my Oshi. And it was just such a fantastic culture. The Toronto convention is small. It was only maybe... You know the big ones like Fan Expo or Anime North, or you know the big ones? You know how they have like a massive draw? The OshiUplink was maybe half of that. Maybe a quarter of Fan Expo and maybe half of Anime North. But the fans were loyal, and the VTubers, almost every single person was a VTuber in there. It was amazing. I ran into a fan and a VTuber just offhandedly. I ran into a fan and a VTuber. And they did not know each other. But then they said, oh yeah, do you know this person? Yes, I do. I'm a big fan. Oh yeah, so am I. Actually, I'm in their chat all the time. Oh, so am I. You're in their chat all the time too? I am. I know you from chat. Well, I know you from chat. And there was mutual nodal points. It was 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. If Kevin Bacon were a VTuber and there was only 2 degrees. It was really fun. I was so happy. I went down with or rather, I met a friend while I was down there. I met a friend, and at one point my friend said, okay, I gotta go and do a meet and greet. I'm gonna do a meet and greet. Apparently one of my favorite VTubers is doing a meet and greet, so I'm just gonna go over there and say hi. Oh, okay. How long does that last? Oh, it lasts an hour. I said, okay. So I went and did stuff for like an hour. Except no. As I was wandering around, about 15 minutes later, I saw this person. Saw my friend 15 minutes later. I said, what happened? You were supposed to be in there for like an hour. My friend said, well, the meet and greet was just like a minute. You just go in, you say hi to your Oshi. you say hi. And then the minute is over and you leave. Oh. Okay. Well, did you have a good minute? My friend said, yes. Yes, absolutely. I for 1 minute, I was absolutely fan squealing. I lost my mind. So, oh, that's good. As long as you had fun. Yeah, I had fun. There were lineups. There was a costume contest. I did not enter the costume contest because what am I? I'm just some old guy. I'm just some cat. What am I? I don't know nothing. It was fun. It was a really good time. But anyway, I'm gonna keep the stream short, and the reason why is because last night I actually, against my surprise, a Friday is a Friday, a Saturday is a Saturday, and a Sunday is a Sunday. Whatever. But against my surprise, I actually didn't sleep last night. I was excited. I was excited to go. So last night I only got 4 hours of sleep. And then I woke up and did my things, ran around. And then I headed out. I just up and ran. So, yeah, it was so incredible. I'm working off of 4 hours sleep is really what I'm getting at here. Which is why this is not going to be too long of a stream. You can hear my voice. My voice keeps... Either I go high and wispy, or I go deep, which means that my throat's going to give out any second. So these are the two variables. I have no idea how I'm going to last tomorrow. This is a new convention for me. This is a new social outing for me. I've never seen anything like this. Never experienced anything like this. And I got a convention badge. And everyone kept saying, "Hey, do you want some ribbons?" And I was like, no, really. Do you want some ribbons? And I thought, I should totally get some ribbons. But they didn't give out pins. No pins, just ribbons. That was weird. Anyway, I saw a VTuber, and the VTuber was walking around and had the badge, but had like a Tom Baker Doctor Who scarf level badge with ribbons attached. It was a total ribbon fest on this badge. I said, why is that? Oh, that's what you do with the ribbons. You attach them to the badge. And then you attach this ribbon to that ribbon, and this ribbon to that ribbon, and this ribbon to that. Oh, I see. I didn't know that. So tomorrow I'm gonna have to grab some ribbons. I didn't know what the ribbon culture was. Now I do. Oh, I'm tired. Working off of 4 hours sleep, and then I drove for an hour and a half in a snowstorm, and then I drove home in 3 hours. If I go to bed right now, I get 6 hours sleep. If I go to bed right now, I get 6 hours of sleep. That is so tempting. Anyway. Yeah, so this is a really short stream. I just wanted to pop in and update all of you about what it was like day one at OshiCon. OshiUplink. Inaugural 2026 OshiUplink at Toronto. Alright, I'm gonna take off. Everybody, thanks for joining in. You got a whole bunch of links. Go give every single person in those links a follow, because all three of them are amazing people. Incredibly smart. Terribly funny. They deserve more attention than I can throw their way. Alright, everyone. If you're down there, you say, if you're down there and you see me tomorrow, you say hi. Alright, I'm going to bed. Have a good one, everyone, and as always, thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.
Tethercat said thanks for watching, thumbs down, upside down face. Tethercat said thanks for watching, thumbs down, upside down face.